Hello and welcome to the Violet Sanctuary Spot. I'm Tia Johnson, your spiritual consultant, and what I'm going to present to you today are books. So these are the books that really got me started on my spiritual path when both my grandparents passed away a few years back. I really started to read even more, but spiritual books. And these books I'm about to present to you really helped me heal, so to speak. So hopefully these books will help you as much as they have helped me and more. I'm going to start with the first book I used, or the first book I could say that found me, because I was searching on the internet trying to find a book to help me through that time. So the first book is by Colette Baron-Reid. I had her on my show one time, our radio show, and she's just amazing. I really enjoy her work, and she has an awesome personality. So this book is called Messages from Spirit, The Extraordinary Power of Oracles, Omens, and Signs. Just hold that up there. Okay. By Colette Baron-Reid. So this book talks about loads of things about how to communicate with spirit, the way spirit communicate with you, and I talked about that a little bit in my previous video. So this explains the different forms of oracles, such as the one of my favorite stories is the one that she has where she's at a restaurant and she just flips the bowl of soup over and she sees I think it was a cow, or I can't remember exactly what she saw, but it was just a different form of oracle, being able to see what the soup had in store for her. And then it also talks about numerology, like your life path number. That's really cool. It's numbers associated with letters, and for example, and also your birthday. So let me see if I can find that one, because I tend to get that one mixed up. It's your life path, and there's another number. One number that you get is for your name. You know, you add up all the letters in your name. Not add up, excuse me. You take the number that's associated with the letter in your name and add all that up, and then you get the total for that. And then there's another one where you use your birth date, and then you get a number with that, and you use that one. So let's see if I can flip here. I don't know why I always confuse the two. Okay, so destiny number guide, that's what it is. So the life purpose and destiny number. So your life purpose number would be what you get from your birth date, your month, the date, and the entire year, the 19, whatever. And then your destiny number would be your name. Again, that's Messages from Spirit, The Extraordinary Power of Oracles, Omens, and Signs by another book that helped me along. This book is really cool because as I was beginning to read a lot of spiritual books, a lot of this spiritual material dealt with femininity, women, the goddess, matriarch. So this book is really cool. It's called Book of Shadows by Phyllis Corot. Yeah. Put that up there. Okay. So this is based on a true story. And it's the author, she had a corporate job, and long story short, she ends up joining a coven, and she dives into the divine, the feminine energy, and she just experiences a lot of interesting events that leads her to really ending up pursuing her life purpose. So this is a really cool book. Again, it's based on a true story, and it's funny because I marked the book. For example, I have pages where I just folded here because some parts are really, really interesting. You learn a lot, especially if you're a beginner. This is a really cool account of someone who was also a beginner, who ended up diving into her divine self, the goddess, and all the other good stuff. So that was really cool to have read someone else's account, because as you will find out, the more you read, the similarities you will find along the way with people who write these books. So get this book, read it. You really, really, really would not be disappointed. And if you are a guy, it doesn't mean you can't read the book. It's just you just use it as a person who is experiencing spirituality, tongue twister, and just really dive in there. All right, so again, Book of Shadows. Okay. Another book, I really love talking about this book because on my radio show I discuss fairly often how people are connected. They don't have to be in the same location. It's that energy and just that that sense of being connected with someone, especially if it's someone you care about, like a loved one, family members, close friends, all that other good stuff. So this book reminds me of me and my best friend, because we are strongly linked. It's crazy. She's in Connecticut, well now New York, but I'm in Pennsylvania, and I know when she's upset. I mean, it's ridiculous. Sometimes it's really, really eerie because we would almost text each other the same time. I text her, she's like, "Oh, I already text you," or it's crazy. But this book, All Women Are Psychics by Diane Stein. Okay. I like this. Okay, so one story that really sticks out to me in this book talks about two ladies who work in a restaurant. One was in the kitchen, and the other one, I believe she was a waitress or maybe a manager. I don't remember, but anyway, the two women worked in the restaurant, and if one needed something, one lady would telepathically tell the other lady what she needed, and she would, give her something, like she needed plates or napkins, whatever. She would have it, and it's really, really interesting. It talks a lot about your chakras too, how each chakra is related to a certain gift and so forth. It's nicely broken down. You definitely want to have your highlighter. This is very, very good for learning about your chakras, which are the wheels, energy centers of your body, your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, so forth. So yeah, it breaks it down, and there are stories associated with each chapter to help you get to know how psychic gifts work. So it's really cool. And again, I use my best friend and myself as an example because it's just that strong link there, and it's sort of like how the study says. Women who live together tend to have the menstrual cycle at the same time. Is the way I look at it as energy, being in sync with each other, all that stuff. So if you are in sync with someone, chances are you will pick up their feelings and all that other stuff as well. So it's a good book to read, really good to understand your chakras and how you connect with other people and all that good stuff. Really, really good read. Next one, so The Hidden Power of Dreams by Denise Linn. Hold that up for you. Okay, so this book is pretty cool because it really, really gets down into explaining dreams from the time of a dream, say when you wake up a certain time, the yin and the yang clock. It's just a lot of really cool stuff in here. Dream symbols. She talks about ancient dreamers, native dreamers, dream incubation, just all that really cool stuff. Dreams for healing, for children, all that really, really cool stuff. So it is through Denise Linn that I got my dream coaching certification. It's the Gateway Dreaming process, and it was really cool, really, really cool experience. I am a huge fan of dreams. Ever since I was a little girl, I've been dreaming about people and events taking place, and my grandmother was great at interpreting dreams and numbers. That was her two big things, dreams and numbers. She had books and books and books, more like pamphlets, a lot of pamphlets in regards to dreams and numbers and the correlation there. Yeah, so if you really are into dreams, definitely get this book. This book helped me because I was able to put my dreams together and understand what exactly was going on um, when I was dreaming things. Knowing the difference between, say, a dream for comedic relief, a prophetic dream, just any type of scenario, just really breaking the dream down and understanding what's going on. So that's how this book really helped me, and that's how the certification course helped me, because I was able to really understand the dreaming process and how it applies to the waking life. And that's actually how I help people with their dreams. And that's just like going back to this book. This book helped me to understand the chakras, how each chakra is related to a gift, and how each chakra is related to another chakra. It just really, really helped me to understand the process that I was going through. Again, when people ask me, how long have you been doing your spiritual path, I actually break it down into two separate paths. One when I was a child, very, very young, to the point when my grandparents died, and then it picks up again where I dive more into my spirituality, because as a kid I took it as something that everyone just, had. This is a gift that everyone has, this thing that people do. People know things before they happen, right? So it was different. When I was an adult, I was able to read more books and understand the process and why certain things, why people have certain gifts, angels, all that other stuff. So that's why I say it's two separate paths. And that's what this book really helped me to understand, inner workings. This book helped me in the beginning because, again, it was nice to see or to read about someone else's experience. And like I was saying, the more you read, the more you find similarities in other people's stories, and the easier you can relate, and the more it makes you comfortable and confident that what you're doing is right, and all the other good stuff. And this book really helped me because it let me know that there was something more than what meets the eye. In the beginning, when I was reading this book, I started to see a lot of they're called dandelions, but when they turn white, we call them wish flowers, and you would blow it and all the wishes go away, but you have to make a wish. You have to catch one and make a wish. I was starting to see that a lot, and a meaning of seeing those wishes mean that you're seeing beyond the veil. So that really was what was taking place, more than what meets the eye. So that's how those 4 books really helped me along my path in the beginning. And then it really helped me to trailblaze throughout my journey. So that was really cool. So that's part 1 of part 2, those 4 books. I really want to talk about those in depth before I get to the next 4 books, because those were the very beginning, and these 4 books are more like the middle part, after I already took a couple certification courses, like for Reiki and dream coaching, and became a little bit more familiar with like how I like to call it, other than what I see, other than what I know, just that whole shebang. So hopefully those 4 books will aid you along the way. And again, everything in all those books does not have to resonate with you, just like every book doesn't have to resonate with you. You could take one thing from each of those books, that'd be awesome, something to help you. And again, you can, you go to the library, you go to Amazon, in the beginning, I was still working, no, I was still in school, and I was working part-time, so I didn't make a lot of money. And so it's like I wanted to buy all these things, do all these things right away, but I couldn't at the time. So don't get too caught up if you can't get all the books at one time. Remember, it's a journey, it's a process, and you'd be forever grateful that you experienced everything the way that you did, because it makes you who you are. Came a long way since those books. So yeah, hopefully those books will help you the way they helped me. So that's part 1 of 2. I'm going to post the second video shortly with the other 4 books I have here. Okay, so thank you. Have a wonderful holistic day.